YouTube? Welcome to the video. It's top 5 mages and builds. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and comment, and also go follow me on twitch.tv/Venenu_. I start to stream at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and yeah, make sure to show me some love over there. I'd appreciate it a ton. I am starting again at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that is at twitch.tv/Venenu_. Sorry, still waking up. We're good. Alright, so this is going to match with my previous video of the tier list that I did of the top 5 mages. So yeah, go give that a look if you haven't already. And let's do this. So, first one is going to be Kukulkan. I can go over his abilities first, and then I will go into his builds. You want to start with your 3. It's your fastest clear. You don't need to get your 2 here. It depends on your lane matchup if you're going to need your 2. Same with the jungler. If you're going to die, just get your 2. It's your only escape. But you should be okay as long as you're playing back, but if you don't want to be greedy, you just get your 2 here every single time. So I usually get my 2, unless it's a character that literally can't kill me. Yeah. Then you want to put a point in your 3, put a point in your 2, ult, max out your 1, put a point in your ult when you can, max out your 1 again. Then you want to max out your NATO, put a point in your ult, NATO, 2, ult, 2, ult. Why you max your 1 first? Once you have 2 points in your NATO, you can full clear the wave, so you won't have any problems. You just won the melees. Your 1 allows you to poke more, and it's a bigger chunk. It also increases the slow every level. That ability is very, very good. That's probably his best ability. So yeah, there's the stats on it. Your 1 is a very important part of this character's kit. So yeah, utilizing that, helping you clear, very good. All right, build time. So we're gonna go Sands of Time. He is not a conduit character. We're gonna go Sands. We are going to go. You don't have to go. Actually, you have to. So book. Go book. Multi-pot, so it allows you to fight more. You don't need a mana pot on this character. You'll get 700 gold before you back unless you are burning mana somehow, and in that case, you are playing it wrong in the first place. So do not burn your mana. Focus on clearing on this character until you can get the 700 gold. For book 2, first back, you buy book 2. Once you get 700 gold, and you will go book first. Why I'm saying you have to go book first on this character is because you stack it very slow because you're a dot character. So you can't overkill minions. Unless you're running around ulting waves off cooldown, but that's just not realistic. So yeah, he stacks it pretty slow because he's a dot character. And you can't overkill minions. You can ult waves, but obviously make sure it makes sense when you're doing it. This character's pretty straightforward though. You want to go into Divine, you need anti-heal in like 90% of the games. If you're not going anti-heal, you have turboed in some way. Or if you don't need anti-heal, there's something going on. Someone is not building Death Embrace in the solo lane, someone's not building Sundering Axe in the solo lane, someone's not building Devos, someone's not building... There's a million things that is lifesteal right now required. You need anti-heal in almost every game. Vamana's making an upsurge right now, because people can't kill that character right now, that being mages, which was his biggest thing. Vamana gets lifesteal in his ult, so build anti-heal. Then you want to go into Miran, so you can secure objectives, and also your ult allows you to one-shot someone and you can full combo somebody. Same build as last time. You want to go into Reaver here. You could go into Shard. I think Reaver's just better 4th item because you have to kill tanks. So yeah, that's important. You want to finish your starter. You can go either starter here. You can go Pendulum. You can go alternate timeline. I would say timeline is probably better. Maybe? It depends. It depends on the dive. It depends. It's very situational based. So I'm going to put Pendulum Mages more of the time. But also timeline is an option. It depends. It's whatever you're comfortable with. Timeline is a game-winning item. So it can happen that you win the game off of it. And then you go last item Shard. No change there. Your relics, as always, as every single game allows you to do, you go Beads and Angus every game, and there's no fun. Optional items are Poly. I don't know why you would go Poly right now. You go Poly instead of Reaver if there's 0 tanks in the game. Not even Poly last, because then you're sitting at 10% pen. yeah. So, yeah, that's the Kukulkan build. That's this is what I put on number 1 on my tier list. He is very strong right now, very hard to mess up, very one-directional on build, very simple. I'd recommend him for sure. Yeah, very good character right now, and good at the tanks. All right, next character on the list is going to be Maman. So there's 2 different builds that you can do on her. So I will go over 2 builds. I don't think I'm gonna have enough space, so we're gonna skip the start. I'm gonna explain what you're gonna. We can actually, I have a video explaining everything here for Maman and how you level her and everything like that. So you can go check that out. It's another video on my YouTube. But her build, there's 2 different builds that you can go right now. So you start with Sands. You're gonna go into, you can go into Bancrofts, tier 1. So this is gonna be one of the starts, and you're gonna have potions, or you're gonna go into, you're gonna go Sands, and then you're gonna go into Book. So I'm gonna do 2 builds at the same time, so everybody can keep track. So this is a different build. You can go that into this. Let me actually complete this item. So Tiny Trinket. So you go Sands, Bancrofts, Typhons. You can go Divine here. You can go to, okay. I'm acting like I'm buying this in game. Miran into Divine. Usually you need Divine here, because this is the point where you're gonna start trying to kill people. You're gonna finish it off with Timeline 90% of the time. You can go or Pendulum if you want to. But a lot of the time it's going to be Timeline, because that just enables this character a lot more. And your last item can be Rod. Gives you the full percent pen. She doesn't need Reaver to kill people. She kind of has a Reaver technically built into her kit. And then you can go Beads Blink as your thing. Yeah. So that's one of the builds. Next build is going to be Book of Thoth build. This is a different style, but her build is pretty straightforward on this. You actually don't have to go Divine here. You can go Bancrofts here instead of Divine. I think Divine's a little bit better. But this is a different style of build. You can go Book, Bancrofts, Miran, Typhons, into Sands of Time, which will be a Pendulum upgrade, or Timeline upgrade, sorry, and then you go into Typhon's Ooh. Oh, I already have that, XD. Then you go into Divine last, sorry. And yeah, then your relics are going to be Beads or Blink. You can go Beads, Blink, or Aegis. You have 3 options. Yeah. So that's going to be your 2 builds in mid. No poly. There's not really a point of going poly on her. If you're not killing people without poly, then you're probably just playing the character wrong. And you're also facing crit hunters. So if you're running at someone trying to poly them, you're probably dead. Yeah. She's definitely harder to play right now because of the crit hunters. The crit hunters do really good. Yeah. The glyph, yeah. If my glyphs worked, I would choose the glyph. You want to go the, can I do it this way? No, there's just no glyphs. Okay. You want to do the one that gives you the shield. You can do that whenever you want. It's not really important. You shouldn't do it early. Doesn't really do too much until late game, obviously, when you're full build. But these are the 2 builds that you can go. Whatever playstyle that you have a preference of, you should go it. And yeah. So that's her build. Yep. Yeah, late game, just be very careful of assassins, crit hunters. And yeah, that's your game. Next character on the list is going to be Ra. This character is definitely very good right now. We are going to level him like start with your 3. This helps you heal your jungler, and also just gives you power for your jungler to help you clear faster overall and can hit everything. Then you want to go beam, then your 2, so you have all three abilities at the start of the game. Your 1, ult, 1, 1, 1. 3. Do you want to put a point in your ult here? If you have a lot of setup, put a point in your ult. Then your 1, 3. Ult, 3. 2, ult, 2, ult. And that's it. Very straightforward. Very scripted. The 2 is a slow. Doesn't really like help you kill anything. The 3 is a heal. That's more important. It's heal power. I can show it here, right? There you go. Heal power prots. That's important to have leveled up. Your 2 is not too important. Doesn't increase the slow or anything. It's literally just damage. So a less important ability. And yeah. Alright, build time. Very straightforward on this build. There's a few different ones that you can go. I don't think it's personally worth it. The different builds that people are going. But yeah, you're gonna start with book. And go into multi-push-in. And then we're going to go Book of Thoth. We're gonna go Divine. We are going to go then into Last Gasp. So you have triple flat pen here. The reason you go triple flat pen is because you are just trying to snipe squishies and kill them. Ra also on his ult has this stops bugging out. 5% of the target's max health, so it's naturally good versus tanks when you're trying to combo them. Not the best Reaver character either, but Last Gasp is really good with this character because once people get low and stuff like that, you drop the heal on them and you get more power. You then go into Shard, so your snipes and beams and stuff are one-shotting. And then your last item can be Rod. If you're really, really struggling to kill tanks, you can go Reaver here. Your Reaver will hit really hard because you're triple flat pen. But he's not the best Reaver character, but he's not terrible at it if you need it. Your starter is going to be Pendulum, so you're one-shotting people. It's 90% of the time going to be better than Timeline in Ra's case. But a lot of the time, I'm just going Rod last here. Your option for Rod can be Reaver. He's just not the best Reaver character because he's not like an Omega procer. He's kind of just you're in one tapping and then that's it. You're not like spamming or anything like that. Your Alex, as always, you're gonna go beat Zagus every single game because that's the only options for backliners because Combo Blink's not in the game. XD. Yeah, Miran Ra doesn't do anything. And yeah, that's your build. If you're a player that instead of Shard you like Coin better, you can go Coin there. You're losing 20% pen on one of your combo abilities, so it's not the best in my opinion, personally. There's a little bit of a build here as well. Instead of Last Gasp, you can go Warlocks. And you just have to stack that up. He has a lot of overkills, so you can stack it pretty fast, but Warlocks overall, probably not the best feeling item. Yeah. But you can do it if you want. If that's a playstyle you want to play, you can do it. There's no worries on that. Top end, you probably get more damage. Low end, you don't, and you get to stack it 100 times. So, yeah. So that's that build. That's Raw. There's not really too much changing. Obviously, there's tech of like Blink Raw one tap with Poly. That's not realistic. I'm gonna go the more realistic route. Yeah. But that's that in general. I wouldn't really go Warlocks here. Yeah, like Des is saying in chat right now, Soul Gem is an option instead of Last Gasp. It's just kind of what you prefer. More consistent option is probably just gonna be Last Gasp because it's a flat pen and you can one tap people that are going on you, and it gives you a lot of power. A lot of power if you're using your heals correctly. So, yeah, that is Ra. So that's the number 3 on my list. And number 4 is going to be Ryen. Now, I put him here because he's just a very big pressure character. And he can get active on the other mid laner really easily, so he is a good like setup character. Because you're laning in a 1v1 right now in mid, you're going to want to get your 1-2. And then your 3. You'll hit 3 off the first wave because of the start. Then you want to put a point in your 1, your ult. Put points in your 1, your 2, ult. It depends. 90% of the time it's going to be your ult there. And then your 1, max out your 2, put a point in your ult, max out your 2. Then you max out your 3, put a point in your ult, max out your 3, put a point in your ult. And that's about it. Yeah, that's Ryen for you. 1 is way better than the 2 to max out. I've tried maxing the 2 before. They also have Omega nerf that ability, so we go with the 1. Okay, so for Ryen, I will show you 2 different builds because I randomly found a build yesterday that was actually pretty good. Like actually pretty good. Kind of nuclear. It went. I'm not gonna lie with you. So we're gonna go with it, and then you guys can choose what playstyle you want to prefer with. So I'm showing you guys the 2 starts. Honestly, I'm a Ryen believer of not move first. So these are the 2 starts. You go health multi, guys. 2 health, 1 multi on this character, no matter what the start is. On this one, you can go 2 health, 2 multis. This one, you go 2 health, 1 multi. So these are the 2 different starts. Yeah, and then we are going to go into Divine Ruin first. This allows you to be Ryen and play that early game and play really aggressive on Ryen. You then go into books, start stacking that up. If you're in a matchup that you can abuse, you go this item first, just to put that out there. Also kind of helps versus assassin mids, because I'm sure assassin mids are going to become a thing when you're getting owned. Yeah. So next item is going to be oh, where am I missing? What am I missing? Oh, you're gonna go shard here. You could go Typhons and start trying to do, you just pick up the red totem and have a little bit more lifesteal and stuff. It's just so expensive. It's 150 more gold than shard and 250 more gold than coin. So yeah. Yeah, you go shard here, 3rd to get your percent pen online so you can start hurting tanks. You need Reaver on this character or you're completely useless, so that's the thing to keep in mind. And then your last item, or your starter, you can go either way with the starter. Again, it's playstyle preference. Personally, I've been enjoying Pendulum a lot of the games, like 60 to 70% of the games, but timeline if you're going to be Dove. If you're getting Dove, listen, general rule of thumb, if you're going to get Dove as a mage, build timeline. If you're not, then you build Pendulum of Ages. General rule of thumb. And then your last item, I mean, you can go Soul Gem last item, you can go E-Staff last item, you can go Rod last item, you can go Miran last item. It's kind of up to you on how you want to play your game state. I think tanks are running around. I'm not too sure, Moswell, I don't know if you know how much health are tanks running around with. I think they're running around with it quite a decent a bit. So E-Staff might be just better as your last item. It's a lot of survivability. Yeah. And then obviously your relics are going to be Beads, Aegis, as always. There's no other backline relic in the game besides Shell, XD. Yeah. So for this start, we're going to go this, obviously. We are going to go into Bancrofts. And we're going to go into Typhons. This actually, like, high-key felt so good yesterday. And I don't know why, but it actually felt crazy. Obviously, Ryen's not the biggest CDR needed character, but this actually felt so good yesterday. And then you can go Divine here. You could, honestly, you could do a build where you're going Chronospin in here. So you get CDR. And then you go into Reaver. You're just not going to be anti-healing everything, and you're probably going to get yelled at because you just need options. You could go Blood-Soaked. It's been nerfed because of the mage solos last year. So you can go Sack Shard here. It's fine. You'll lifesteal it back up. And then your last item. You can go Divine here. You already had 20% pen. You can go Divine here. You can go Soul Gem here. You're overcapping lifesteal once your Bancroft starts proccing, but Soul Gem feels pretty good here. And yeah, but usually I would say you're going Divine. You could go Rod here as well. These 2 items are interchangeable. Do not neutral build these. If there is a healer and or the lifesteal build happening in your game, please go Divine here. This 3rd item slot. Do not go Chronos Pendant. You can go Chronos Pendant last. And again, for this build, you are going to go Beads and you're going to go Aegis. And that's these 2 builds. There's maybe a build that has Warlocks. Personally, Warlocks has not felt as good as I thought it would feel. Yeah. Your last item also instead of Divine can be E-Staff if there's no healer in the game. And or Chronos Pendant. Yeah. But these are the 2 builds that I've been playing with Ryen that I felt really good. This one actually felt way better than this one, personally. But obviously, it's pretty dependent. game flow and everything like that. So that's 4. And now we are going to go on to Janus. And for Janus, I haven't really played him too much. I just know he's probably pretty strong right now just because he can move around the map really fast. So I don't think he has 2 builds realistically. He's a conduit gem character. You can go Sands. I'll go 2 builds on him. Your start is going to be, Your start's going to be Chronos Pendant. Actually, is your start Chronos Pendant right now? Are you even active on Janus in the early game? It's impossible to be active on Janus in the early game right now. Even if you get Chronos Pendant, you're just not going to be active. You're going to go book first so you can get this stacked up, so you can start getting your overkills in on creeps. And then, what's your other build? Is your other build even good? I'll show this one. I don't think this one's good. Yeah. I don't think this one's gonna be good, but I'll show it just in case people like that style more. You want to get Chronos Pendant here into Divine. And you want to get Miran done. Obviously, you're just a proc lord. And then you want to do, what am I doing here? And starter. You want to go Gem of Focus, obviously. You just want your ult to be one-shotting people in the late game and be an annoying, frustrating character that's running around the map. And then, honestly, you're going Reaver last here. You already have 30% pen with your passive. Oh, I should have went over the abilities first. I'll go over the abilities after this in a second. Yeah, you just want procs and numbies happening. You have 30% pen with your passive. Divine Rune can be replaced here by Deso if there is no healers in the game, which the odds of that happening are very, very low. Also, Divine feels really good on this character because your Gem of Focus and Mirrodin allows this to proc pretty hard late game. So yeah, this Reaver can also be a Rada Tahuti if you're just trying to run around and one-tap people at full health. There's a lot of tanks in the game or a lot of health in the game. Go Reaver last. If there's not, go Rod. Press tab, look at the people's health on the defense little bar icon thing, and then get the knowledge there. And again, he's a Bezagus character. You can go Blink on him. If you get caught by anybody currently in the game and you have Blink, you're dead instantly. So I'd recommend against that, but yeah. Yeah, so that's book. What even am I building on this character? On this, you're just gonna go. What are you going here? Maybe you're going Divine, Soul Gem, Mirrodin, because you don't need percent pen because you're getting it for free, and then you're going Pendulum. So you got 40% CDR here. This actually low key might be better than the other build. This actually might be better than this build. You lose your Gem of Focus, which is kind of rough. You do lose your Gem of Focus. Interesting. And then here you can go Reaver, Rod. Last item here. There's your build. This build you don't want to replace Divine. You don't want to replace with Divine with Deso. So, yeah. These are the 2 different builds. This bottom build actually might be better than this build. You lose the movement speed on Gem of Focus. You lose the Chronos Pendant. But this actually might curve better than this build overall. And it also might feel better because you have Soul Gem here. You could go Soul Gem instead of Reaver in this build as well. Yeah. Yeah, Divine Ryen is low-key crazy with the procs it does. But it's underrated for sure. Alright, for abilities, since I did this backwards. No way this is stuck on my screen right now. Awesome. Alright, you start with your 2, obviously. Then you get your portal. Your 99% of the scenarios are not going to do anything, so you want to put another point into 2 so you can get pressure, because Janus is a pressure character, because the times you go conduit, you're just going to have pressure. Then you put a point in your 3, put a point in your ult. Your ult gives you percent pen. I'm hovering it up on screen. You can read that. Pause it if you need to pause it. You get 20% pen once it's full, so putting points in your ult is important. Max out your 2. Start putting points in your 3, then put a point in your ult. Max out your 2. You You're putting points in your 3 because it's additional scaling, movement speed, way better than Portal. Upgrading Portal first does literally, or second, does absolutely nothing besides damage, and you're not going to be using Portal for damage 99% of the time. Threshold is just an ability. So you max out your 3, then put a point in your ult. Now you are at, what, 15% pen? Yeah, 15% pen. Max out your 3, get your portals in, ult, portals, ult. And that is your thing for Janus. You're a single ability character basically 90% of the game, so make sure you're using your twos properly. And yeah, if you can snipe people with your ult, hey, try to snipe people with your ult. That's a game-winning ult. The character overall is a gamble character, so keep that in mind when you're playing this character. If you hit somebody in the late game with your ult, you'll win the game. If you miss 90% of the time, you are not doing anything in the team fight. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, that's that. That's this character overall. Yeah, so that's the top 5 mages. Because I put Purse high up, I will do a Purse one as a little bonus. A little bonus. We'll do a quick bonus. Actually, we're not. We're gonna save this for another YouTube video. All right, chat. Thank you guys for stopping by the stream, or thank you for, or YouTube. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon. I forgot about that one. Don't forget to go over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/Venenu_. I started to stream at 7 a.m. Eastern. I'd appreciate a follow over there. If you have any questions, you can ask me there. And yeah, don't forget to comment below what you guys want to see next, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye. Have a good one.